I am just back from the mall with my 2 new Surface tablets and 2 different types of keyboards because I want to try out both options. I'm only going to unbox one of the tablets because I'm sending the other one off to Jeff Kanata for torture. Okay, let's start with the tablet. We have the Windows RT model because the Surface tablets that run Windows 8 Pro won't be available until January. Surface. Pretty subtle packaging. Ooh, righty. We have our pretty slick modern packaging going on here. Nice presentation. Nice matte black power brick. Kind of big. And here's the tablet itself. Now, this tablet weighs 1.5 pounds, which is sort of similar to the iPad, but I gotta say, when I had 2 of those plus the keyboards in the bag, it was heavy. Now, I feel like I kind of have to give Microsoft a little bit of throw them a bone here because I've been complaining a lot, maybe you know, about the Apple Lightning connector. Microsoft is also using a proprietary power cable here, mainly because micro USB is not powerful enough to charge a full-size tablet. So I feel like I should point that out in the interest of fairness. Let's get to the actual tablet. It's rectangular, but the corners are very squared off, unlike an iPad. It feels a lot lighter once you get it out of the bag with the other tablet. This feels a little plasticky, not gonna lie, a little plasticky. I think this might be power. Aha! Surface. While it's powering up, let's do some specs. The Surface tablet starts at $499. This model runs Windows RT, more on that in a minute. The display is a somewhat odd 10.6 inches. It has a 1366 by 768 resolution screen with a 16 by 9 HD display. It's 9.3 millimeters thick, and it weighs about 1.5 pounds, roughly the same as an iPad. It has a nice metal kickstand built into the back. It's a pretty speedy tablet. It has a quad-core NVIDIA Tegra 3 processor with 2 gigs of RAM. There's a USB 2.0 slot, HD video out, and a micro SD card slot for expanding the memory. It comes in 32 gigs and 64 gigs. There's a camera on the front and a camera on the back, but all that Microsoft is apparently saying about these cameras is that they're 720p resolution cameras of some sort. It's a mystery. Now that I've opened up the tablet, let's open up our 2 keyboard options. Now, you can buy a Surface tablet bundled with this kind of Surface Touch cover. It's got kind of a flat keyboard that's more touch sensitive but just slightly raised. If you buy that as a bundle, then it adds $100 to the cost, but you can only get it in black. If you want a colored model, you have to pay $120 by buying it separately, unless you buy it at the pop-up store and you sweet talk them into giving it to you for the same price as the bundle, because that doesn't make any damn sense. On top of that, there's the type cover option. Now, this is also a cover for the Surface, but it actually is much more like a keyboard, which you'll see when I eventually stop talking and open it up. That costs an additional $130 and only comes in black. You're keeping up, right? Yeah, no, this makes sense. Now, this is actually a pretty nice little keyboard. I'm kind of bummed that it doesn't come in any colors, but I can see why you would want this, because the big knock on tablets is that as soon as you have to get a little work done, the touchscreen kind of lets you down. This is pretty slick. Let's open the other one, and then we'll try them both on for size. So you can see the keys are not raised at all here. Pretty much just flat. I think the main difference is that it allows you to use it more like a laptop, because once you have the kickstand up, you've got this laying flat like an actual keyboard. You can kind of type away. It doesn't honestly make that much sense other than the fact that it's like a pretty color. Let's see how they work as a case. Okay. Dang, nice. Okay, close it. Pretty nice little cover, kind of like the Apple one. Oh, I like my pink. And then when I open it up, it turns it on, just like the Apple thing. Then I can kickstand, and I have my whole little baby laptop setup. One other thing they made a point of telling me was that when I flip the cover around this way, it stops working. So I can't accidentally sort of type things while I'm holding it, which is nice. All right, let's compare to our little ThinkPad guy here. It's pretty nice, actually, how it snaps right on. And then we have our little desktop station set up. I guess that's why this only comes in black, because this is the business option, but I think that's kind of boring. I'm going to try these both out and see how they go, but unfortunately, I do have to send Jeff Kanata the pink one for the torture testing. A quick word about Windows RT. So there are going to be two versions of the Surface tablet that run two different versions of Windows. Windows RT is not a botched retweet. It is the version that is more like the Metro interface that you've been hearing so much about. That's these tiles. It will only run apps from the Microsoft App Store. So this is totally the mobile version of the operating system. It doesn't interoperate with regular old Windows 8, and you can't just install any old Microsoft software on here, with the exception of Office and Internet Explorer 10. There will also be a version available in January that runs Windows 8 Pro, and that'll be presumably much more like a little tiny computer, although to my mind it just confuses things even more at a time when honestly you just want to say, like, kind of like the iPad, but Windows. I think it's a perfectly nice tablet. I'm looking forward to using it. I'm looking forward to seeing if Steven Sinofsky was right about how tough it is. But I can't lie, despite the line at the pop-up store today, I think Microsoft has a tough road ahead.